conducting this particular program. Good morning to the Director of the Institute, Dr. Srinivas Murthy, the Chief Guest of the program, Dr. Brizan Nayak, my young good friend Deepthi, who is the CEO of VHub, and of course Lekha is always with us, and I have come to know who Kalpana Rajesh is in the recent past. Kalpana Ramesh. I stand correct. It's Kalpana Ramesh?
Yes.
We will see it is corrected, not to worry. So my job is to tell you something about the program. And in all these years, that is in the previous 8 years, I didn't need a PPT. But this is the last time I'll be organizing, and therefore I said, look, I use a PPT. How many slides are there? Can anyone tell?
9.
Somebody might have seen that there is 33 or 34. I have only 5 slides. Only 5 slides. I'll walk you through those 5 slides, tell you what they are, right? That's the first one. PPF. When I looked at that interest in my passport about 15 years ago, the joy and happiness which I got, you have no idea. 14% interest. But I am going to talk about the past, the present, and the future. And you need to know something about the past, but this is the present. You can see some of yourself in this picture. We have taken the picture 10 minutes ago, and we injected it into this. So I'll come to the present again later, but let's go to the past. Now, I joined the Institute of Public Enterprise in 2011. I was only 60 years young, and I saw many of my colleagues were organizing so many programs. And in all the programs, 40 people, 50 people, 70 people, not a single lady was there. I said, I am going to organize one. I organized one in Green Park Hotel. Totally 11 people came. It was called Strategies for Growth, and the lady I was looking for still didn't come. No ladies, even among the 11 people. Then I made a stupid statement in the Institute of Public Enterprise. I said, look, I'm going to organize one exclusively for women. They said, are you sure? We know you are 61, you're 62. Are you having something inside? I said, let's see. And then luckily for me, we had a colleague. This is Mr. K.R.S. Shastri. He was with ECIL, BHPV, Visakhapatnam Steel Plant, and BHEL, among other places. And thanks to the efforts which he put in, along with Vikram, and Sinju was not there at that time, we ran around here and there. We managed to get about 100 women, whom you can see in that slide. So the first 2 or 3 programs were held in the hotel. Because the training department considers only 2 things. I told Sinju that one is venue, the other is menu. I think we got to change it. We're coming for learning, not for eating. But anyway, having said that, I'll try to truncate it as fast as possible. As I said, this gentleman was an outstanding man. He was a director of finance in ECIL, and then he joined the Institute of Public Enterprise. Now, Vision 2030, I am going to the future. It's Chandrababu Naidu is talking about Vision 2030. KTR is telling Deepthi 2040 and all that. I said, I'll have 2030. All right. So now when I started this program, I said, I'm going to have one student from the first year to talk to all the participants. They said, you're mad again. You're charging 8,000, 9,000, and you want to have a first trimester student to talk? I'll show you the names. I'm not reading out any of them. Those are the names of the students. You know who in 2020, right? I don't have to say that. And this year you will listen to Gayatri and Spandana. But Vision 2030, anyone knows who is going to speak in 2030? I told myself, all these students, IEP has to take the trouble of finding out where these students, 2012, she'll have about 18 years of experience. Second person, 17 years, 16 years of work experience. And with no experience, they influenced you. I'm sure with that much experience under their belt, they will tell you quite a lot. So it's time for me to, it's 2023, 24, 25, all named above. They will be the speakers in 2030. So that's the last slide. So that shows a tender female hand and a sturdy male hand over there. So I got a baton over here. I got 2 or 3. I said I'll give one to my colleague Sinju, So I am giving one. If you don't like this color, I have 5 other colors. So this is yours, right? Yeah, it matches with the dress order. So now Sinju will ensure that whatever IP envisions to transpire in 2030 will happen. What do I have to do now? I told you briefly. I don't want to mention much about the program because this is an opportunity for you to listen to people from industry about a whole host of things, including transactional analysis, emotional intelligence, 16 C's of success, and so on and so forth. We can only provide you a platform. You know, till yesterday morning, we had only about 20 participants. And now my colleagues say it's about 34 or 35. 3 or 4 are yet to come. And just now, my colleague Sinju took a photograph of Radha. Will you raise your hand? Yeah, we took a photograph. He said, come. Right. We have to talk to so many people in your office. And finally, somebody comes. You have no idea. You're clueless about, why I lost my hair, right? So this is the reality. I have said enough. How we start the program normally is, we'll have the prayer first, and then the lamp. We'll have the prayer first. He comes with a mystical, song. And everyone is requested to rise to your feet and enjoy that particular song, which will last for the best part of 1.5 minutes. That's 90 seconds, right? This thing is very religious. Slipper songs.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटे समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
Thank you, and be seated, please. I would now request the director and Deepthi and Dr. Nayak to light the lamp. One or two participants also, somebody from Northeast India, please come. You can participate in that, yeah? One of you. Thank you very much. Goes forward without the support and encouragement of the director, Dr. Srinivas Murthy, and earlier Dr. R.K. Mishra. So he stood behind us like a rock, and that is the way in which we were able to proceed. So now I leave it to Dr. Murthy to make a brief presentation. Yes, sir?
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Braja B. Naik, Executive Director ECL, respected Deepthi Raula ji, CEO VHub, and we also have Madam Lekha Sista, Talent Strategist and Advisor, and also we have Kalpana Ramesh ji. Welcome, Madam, and also my esteemed faculty colleagues, Professor Narendranath Menon, and Dr. Sinju, the program coordinators of this one-day event, and also Professor Krishna Kumar, Vikram, Mujamil, and all faculty colleagues, and distinguished participants, and my dear students. So please give a big round of applause to Professor Menon, because is a 9th National Conference on Diversity in Management Development of Women Executives. So 9 years continuously he has been doing this event. Nice to recollect Professor K.R.S. Shastri, a very senior person, was the faculty with us. He retired as Director of Finance and joined IP. At that age, KRS Shastri was like a single man army. He used to do programs with the support of the industry. And that was the time Professor Menon and KRS Shastri came together. They started this women program, women seminar. And also today he has given Vision 2030 also. So Sinju, you are there. I will monitor that you continue
Sir,
this.
with all your support,
I am there for you, everything. Let us hope that this wish of 2030 will be fulfilled with more and more participants coming, and we will continue to do this. So on this occasion, a few sentences about IPE. You might have known about IPE. It was started in the year 1964, right? Mainly to help the public sector enterprises in their training, research, and consultancy requirements. But over a period of time, it has gone into management education in a big way. In 1995, we started the full-time programs. Earlier to that, we trained many IAS, IPS, and IFS officers, and many corporate executives. After training, many people have become CMDs of many public sector enterprises here. And they're also on our board. So these full-time programs we started from 1980. Of course, part-time MBA program exclusively for public sector enterprises we started in 1980 with the affiliation of Osmania University. And then full-time programs we start from 1995. So PGDM was the first program. There's a flagship course with intake of 240 now. And 2007 we started PGDM Retail Management. It is called as PGDM Marketing now. It has got an intake of 60. 2008 we started PGDM Banking, Insurance, and Financial Services. I was the first program coordinator, and the program has got intake of 120 now. And 2009 we started PGDM International Business with intake of 60. And 2012 we started PGDM HRM with intake of 60. So all put together we have 540 student intake, and both first year and second year there are 1,080 students on campus. We have beautiful hostels for students, AC accommodation, separate hostel for boys and separate hostel for girls, and about 65 full-time faculty members, and most of them they have doctorates, and they also worked with the industry, and they actively participate in all the student activities. The way you see our students, they have so many club activities here, more than 12 clubs. There for any domain area there is a club, marketing club, finance club, operations club, HR club, similarly photography club, cultural club. Because so many students are there, so the participation of students in these clubs makes campus life highly enriching. We strongly believe that the learning takes place not only in the classroom but outside the classroom as well. So events like this and organized by club of the students, they provide ample opportunities for students to understand the various things, move with people, develop networking, improve communication skills, personal development. They learn a lot of things, and it helps them when they join the industry. The students who are active in the campus life certainly will be active in corporate life. It helps them. They can make quick friends, no inhibitions, and they are ready to do anything. That attitude, everything. So all these things take place in the campus. It's a 22-acre campus, Shamripet campus. We also have city campus at OU. Is there we are training, we are doing training programs and research at the OU campus. And then about the students and placements, we have excellent placements. Almost 95% of students are placed, and 5% of them join their family business or go abroad. So if some of your children or sisters, brothers keen on joining PGDM program, you're most welcome. Admissions are taking place now, and they should appear for any of the exams like CAT, MAT, JAT, CMAT, ATMA, and then we conduct GDP here. We also give weightage to their academic performance. Also, we get students from all over India, Kashmir to Kanyakumari. It is a mini India and IPA campus. We celebrate many festivals like Onam, you name it, Vinayak Chavati or Christmas. Students celebrate every festival here on the campus. So it's the most happening campus, I can say, in Twin Cities. So I take this opportunity to welcome the chief guest, the guest of honor, and all the distinguished participants. And about the theme of the conference itself, diversity in management and development of women executives. It is a topic which can be discussed at any point of time. So women have contributed immensely. We say Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. We have Goddess Saraswati, Goddess Lakshmi, Goddess Parvati. Goddess Saraswati is an embodiment of education, knowledge, and Goddess Lakshmi is embodiment of prosperity, and Goddess Parvati, embodiment of power, Parashakti. So we have people who have drawn inspiration, and women in all walks of life, they have proved that they are no way less than men, and in fact, they have done better than men. During the COVID time, many prime ministers, at least few countries, their women prime ministers were there. They have shown the world that they are able to manage their country better way in the COVID situation. And we have many examples. You take any field, women are there as role models. So recently we had International Mother's Day. So once again, my salutations to all mothers who are actually contributing to the growth of India and making India proud in the globe. So we respect all mothers, we recollect them, their memories, and we pray for their good health and prosperity. And Menon told me it should be a very brief speech as I'll end here. So thank you so much. Once again, I welcome you all to this one-day workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the brief speech. So we move forward. So may I request Menon, sir, to continue? So we'll have the chief guest. So I take immense pleasure, and it is a great honor for us to have with us Dr. Braj Bandhu Nayak. He is the Executive Director of Electronics Corporation of India Limited. Sir, it is a happy time to be along with you again at our campus. So we have a close association with sir because he was with us in the Advanced Leadership Program in 2019 for say about almost 20 days. So with us, so he spent a lot of time with a few of our colleagues also. So they had a program where they were taken to abroad, different countries too. So we have a very long-standing association with sir. So the moment we asked him to be the chief guest, he readily said yes without a second thought, and we are very thankful to him for that. So I take a very short time to introduce him to the august presence here. So Dr. Braj B. Nayak is the Executive Director, Corporate Planning and Aerospace in Electronics Corporation of India Limited, Hyderabad. He's a graduate in electronics and a postgraduate in computer science. Dr. Nayak has a doctoral degree in information technology. Dr. Nayak has more than 35 years of experience in the field of electronics and telecommunication engineering. Prior to his current assignment, he was associated with reputed academic institutions, prestigious labs, and esteemed organizations. They include IIT Mumbai, DRDO, and ISRO. His significant contributions have been in the field of transfer of technology for manufacturing of indigenized high-end products in data network, satellite communication, and critical subsystems. He had made a signal contribution in 2019 general election by steering the supply, support, and operation of an army of men, and also I guess women, and a greater number of machines. His skill sets were brought to bear on the conduct of Loktantra Ka Tyohar. That was what general elections in 2019 was called. Earlier in 2018, he had steered the program for installation and commissioning of SATCOM terminal at Antarctica for ISRO with a team of engineers from ECIL. On successful completion of the project, his article on this program was adjudged best article, and it was awarded the Rajabhasha Gaurav Award by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Presently, he is leading the corporate planning and aerospace group of ECIL with specific focus on indigenization of products in strategic electronics under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. His contributions to the world of academics include provision of invaluable inputs as a member of the Board of Studies of CVR College of Engineering and as a member of the Academic Council of Malla Reddy University. Dr. Nayak has numerous publications to his credit in national and international journals of repute. He has had the benefit of exposure to a variety of management inputs for institutes of excellence, including IIT Kharagpur, IIM Kozhikode, Rotterdam School of Management, Netherlands, and Bocconi School of Management, Italy, to name a few. He is a life member of Computer Society of India, Institute of Engineers, and Institute of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. May I now request sir to make a brief presentation and also address all the women here.
Good morning, all of you. When you heard about yourself, then you get astonished whether it is you or somebody else. Thank you for that good introduction. Professor Murthy and young Professor Menon. Why I call him young? Because I was his student. And that time also as young, now also as young, and you must have seen with interaction how I started. And I'll not call madam, I'll call by name Deepti, because she told don't call me ma'am. And at the same time, Madam Lekha, and I correct now. No, I'm talking about the madam, Kalpana Ramesh, not Rajesh. I correct myself. Okay, and all my sisters. It's a proud privilege and honor for me to stand in front of you and address. At the same time, I also extend a heartfelt greetings from my institute, Electronics Corporation of India, one of the Schedule A public sector, located at Hyderabad. And as I told that I am not new to LP or IP. We are in the old campus. What she introduced was the LP 2019, but before that also I had plenty of occasion when I visited IP Osmania campus in many of the occasions to deliver either a speech or to be a participant. When I addressed you as my sister, I have a meaning, okay? In the sense that if you look into the corporate world, across the globe, forget about India, you'll find the scenery is something different. And as Professor Murthy started that Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, then you call it Parvati, Saraswati, Lakshmi. I again don't distinguish like that. I go by unification. When you make unification, that or you go to any system in the whole world, you find India is always on the top and always first. Probably due to maybe that westbound dollar attraction, we forget our own mythology, we forget our own ethical values, and always get attracted something like the mountains are blue from a distance. Okay, so to start with, I take this one, unification, not Lakshmi Parvati Saraswati differently or Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, I take combined together. We have a incarnation called Ardhanarishwar. Whether it is Shiva or Shakti, that unification, or put into the real world in a different form, it is Purusha or Prakriti. I take that opportunity with your permission. Sometimes to make the topic a little bit enlightened, I go with sociology. Every Purush has got a Prakriti. Prakriti is nothing but, in other sense, it has an attitude. And that attitude of human being or a man is nothing but the woman. That means my behavior is nothing but the wife behind me. So that we call as Prakriti. Or take little bit more lighter sense. Once a person is married, he is no more a man. He becomes automatically Ardhanarishwar. Everything is controlled by the Nari, not the Nara. Okay? So this is how we teach the world that we never distinguish between man and woman. We need not to have a woman empowerment. We need not to look for woman as a separate entity and look for that how it has been, they have to be uplifted. They are part of us. But as I told, over the period of time, this concept of unification, as we have ourselves distinguished, partly the man also is to be accounted for, and also women to be accounted for. How you distract yourself and how the other person is, like in a race, when a man is going for the race and you yourself start distracting, that itself is a failure. And when you distract, somebody pulls you back, that also is a distraction. Next one. Like this, okay. Then if that is there, I have go with unification with Ardhanarishwar. So let me take the empowerment again from Hindu mythology. Every morning when I get up, and my parents have taught me that you start with the sloka, that is called Devi Shakti, and we start with Jadevi Sarva Bhuteshu, Shakti Rupena Sanstita, Namaste Shri, Namaste Shri, Namaste Shri, Namaste Shri. And if you know this sloka, it has got 1,000 form of incarnation of manifestation of woman. Think whatever you think, whether it is beauty, whether it is Shakti, whether it is Maya, whether it is illusion, whether it is power, whether it is Buddhi, whether it is Bhakti, everything is controlled by woman as per Hindu mythology. Go back, and it is not new. It is all old from Rig Veda, then what I talk about Matsya Puran. Okay? Conceptually, we have shown to the world, women are not, that they are no inseparable form, they are unified person of the human being, and they have got equal right with everything 50%. We never get with 30, 40, 20, all that distinguishing. Then if that is the case, then why there is a gender workplace? Why there is a bias? So here it shows that if you take the women into the critical mass, okay, critical mass is defined, okay, by Government of India or Parliament 33%, then other places 30%. In corporate world they call at least 20%. In board membership they told at least 1. So what may be the bias? At least if that is being done, you found that organization, that corporation, that institution, that country progresses. To be very proud, country like America so far could not give a woman president. We have done it long back. So why I should think that is an advanced country? And now also, many times they have tried, but by some means, some texture, some form, this has never happened. If I take the woman to be as a leader, take to the graph. These are not, as I told, this what the institution will teach you, that again also as ma'am was telling in the morning, like madam, that you get everything in Google. Nothing that, but getting into a forum, getting into conceptualize, put into your mind, and that thing that it goes to your brain and you make it a manifestation in your workplace, that makes the difference. But if you look here, this is the prediction in 2015, and they told if the things goes like this, at least by 2027, it will be 35%. And now the business as usual, it will be going up to 2027, 30%. Women will be taking as a leader. But country like India, with all that conceptual view, the next slide will show you, we have not progressed that far. Not even in the world also. So what is the prediction and what have achieved? Again, at least other countries in the world, they have gone to that percentage. Some are the 34% in 2020. Some are 31. Like a country like France, they have gone to 43.3. Whereas India, as I told, it is again 16.6 as usual. Okay, we have never taken any exponential growth. It is still linear and still may, sometimes it dives up and down like public sector, when sometimes you make profit and sometimes you make a loss. Okay, so there is something really to be churned out, and this is the forum or this is the institute like IP, and I must thank Professor Menon and Professor Murthy, at least that this 9th forum they are calling women as a separate entity and taking a class, not to distinguish that women are different, just to see that boost should come. Why that 16 point in India lagging behind? Okay. Then what do you call the glass ceiling organization? This you can make your own introspection. Okay, what are the impediments? Why women are not able to make that growth? What stops them? Okay, all these are all defined in book, and if I will be able to articulate yourself. What I am more concerned is the last line, that work-home conflict. Okay, where that gender bias still exists. The male counterpart works or doesn't work, but when you are at home, you are expected to do after the end of the day doing that Herculean task at the office. You are also expected to make a cup of tea or coffee for the person. He must be sitting idle at home. So that mindset in the country has not changed. Okay. Or look on a concept. The woman is a director, and he or she is supposed to wants to get married to a workman. Will the society accept? The society not accept. Reverse may be true. So that is nothing but the mindset. And that the girl himself or the girl herself will not be able to accept because there is a social barrier. Okay. Maybe the other person may be qualified, but because she has got a tag, the stigma, that stigma we are not able to break. So that work-home conflict, this one something you have to do yourself, make it a balance and channelize and do that how it is going to happen. Not only India, you look out to, as I told that make the comparison with the corporate world in the other parts of the world, and I have taken one example that what is there in the country like America. So they also have a heavily gender bias. There is they don't have that type of diversity where they accept you. And I will give a classical example. Till date we did not get a woman president in America. These are the reasons. Okay. You don't get support. You don't get anchored. You don't get that access. Even if you have the intelligent and mindset and you want to do, somewhere will be telling that okay, at some point of time that ratio. From there they'll stop, then how she can go to the top, how she can able to govern the body, how she'll able to sit on the top chair. So that classical mindset is not only in India, it is across the world. Same thing. What has made this difference? At least for a country like us, we have got caste bias. For the foreign, they have got color bias, black, white. So that what they kill them, you can look into the percentage of distribution, and still when I call C-suite, it is nothing but the C stands for C-suite is the C all chief of operation, chief of information technology, chief of finance, chief of personnel, all that. If you look into that as a combination, when they go to the top, you are only 24% across the world, and we are looking at least 50. Okay, or in country like us, we are looking 33%. So there is a gap, percentage gap, which need to fill up. This was more important for us for a particular region. Can any one of you guess why this photograph? I'll not look to Depti. She must be knowing already. So why I like this photograph? It is okay, they were from Global Hues, but they came with this cover page with 10 inspirational women of the world. Out of the 10, 5 belongs to India. That is why become important for me. And there you find that Richakar, there you find your Falguni Nair of Nika, who made that. She made not only. Earlier Professor Menon used to teach Bhuka. Now I find in your curriculum you had tuna world, Bhuka world. So she made that turbulence. Okay, Falguni Nair of Nika, millionaire in overnight. So then you find Bandana, then you find Vani. All of the ladies with all the difficulties, they went to the top. So sometimes it is your mindset. You may think this, that problem, children problem, husband problem, office problem, but they also have gone through these phases. If you look into or study their career growth and path, they themselves have already started like this. Falguni at least started after marriage. Okay? Yeah. After marriage only, she took her own assignment and took the company of her own. After leaving that corporate world, we never knew the corporate world a good job. But she took that, when she took that, all the parents and husband, both they denied. Don't look into, are you mad? Looking like this, country like India, you want to grow like this. But she did not listen. That means at some point of time, it is your mindset, you have to come out and take the rope in your hand. Then only the horse rides. Then also I found that in their forum, they have something about your corporate world, that women participation. But what are the need? The need was nothing but they came with a catalyst bottom line report in 2011. They told if that women participate in your board, they will know the meaningful deliberation, participation, growth is something different. It has been researched, and from the research they could be able to find it out. So based on that, 2013, Ministry of Corporate Affairs came with the rule that at least, and with the Act Rule 3 of Companies Rule 2014, they came out that there must be at least one woman in the board for all the listed company, or there should be, if it is having paid up capital of 100 crores, or it has got a turnover of 300 crores. So at least now by mandate, they have to get a woman board in the board, if it was earlier, which was not there in 1956. Having a woman in the board, then what this is the connotation mine, so don't take it into controversies and make into sociology. I call it boardroom if there's a woman is not there in the board. So from boardroom to boardroom, what are the changes happens? Okay, so it is the phenomenal changes have happened. Not only it is by research, they also approved. When a woman is in the board, the perspective, the experiences, the angles and the viewpoints she puts forward is different from the male counterpart. And when a woman is in the board, she makes a deep analysis of the subject. Other people take very lightly, okay, tea, coffee, board is over, training, my GM is gone, they just move out. But the lady board member doesn't allow that. She takes care of the stakeholder. When I call stakeholder, it's nothing but the corporate governance. Okay. She gives guarantee that if the decision to be taken, it will be appropriate and it will be meaningful and fair enough. With addition to that, she also makes an impact of making of your what you call the financial or commercial term, ROAs, ROIC, Okay, ROE, there's nothing but return of your sales, return of your invested capital, return of your equity, all sit take care. Okay, that's why I called from boardroom to, it's a real full boardroom. Then coming back to Professor Menon. What they teach, not in IP, what they teach in management. I have gone through this cycle, so once you was reading my biodata, you must have seen not only the business school in country, the business, good business schools over the globe, which I attended, what they teach you, what Google also teach you. But what you should be appreciating for IP, at least they create the forum. You don't know how a particular training program is created. The backside, they make that much of efforts. Calling the people, convincing your organization, getting the person, identifying a particular person, bringing them, making that all backside arrangement. When I had been to LP, you know how much pain they took just to make our life easy. So here, they make that impact. Not only what you get Google doesn't happen here. At least you are in a forum, you are in a discussion. There will be something straightforward will come to mind. I disbelieve that people those who attend the management training, they just carry information and next day forget. No. If you are really participating in the program, the very next day you will find the impact. And you will be altogether a different person compared to your counterpart, those who have not attended those programs. So I found that in your syllabus it is all there, transactional, essential strategic managing, mentoring, then soft skill, I think all Indian women are 100% compliant. The day you marry, you have the soft skill, how to negotiate, how to make interpersonal relationship, how to make the conflict resolution and how to handle finance. All that goes automatically to as an attribute along with that Joymala. So that is the concept we always carry forward. But what I'll be talking the next 2-3 slides, if the time permits, that what they don't teach you. This photograph. Not only for the corporate world, everywhere in the society you find, we have that bucket crab mentality. If you're a group of people, okay, in a bucket you put the crab, you'll find none of them will come out. They all will be in the bucket only. You need not to make a single efforts to make them to come out, because one crab will be pulling the other one. And all of them will be intact. So that is how in a corporate world you want to improve or go to the ladder, somebody will be there to pull you down. Okay. So either you don't be at least pulling down yourself to somebody, or don't be part of that. If somebody pulls down, you must have a way out or mechanism to jump and make a steady growth. To counter that, the second one, that if I don't know whether you have that squirrel is an entity where you will able to make them very good studies. One of them that will find, if one of them is falling down, other one will come and pick it up. Okay? Or both of them make a combine to make an effort to climb together. So that is the mentality. People they'll not teach you, but that is how you have to make your habit. Is one of the fundamental of Benjamin Franklin. How to be in the corporate world. Just always don't listen to people. That is always you'll forget. Don't always go to the classroom, or don't always read the books. Don't always taking the Google. Will you partly remember, partly forget. What you'll remember lifelong is nothing but get yourself involved voluntarily, or it is on demand, or it is an opportunity. Get yourself involved. If you really want to grow, take that opportunity, be in the first, in the queue, until grab that. The opportunity will never come again and again. To go again to the top, the fundamental principle of Hindu mythology from Matsya Puran. You want something to be done, we have got 4 mechanisms. Sam, Dand, Dam, Dand, Ved. And I convert into management category, they call 4 P's. Somebody will be talking about 20 C's, all that. So I convert them into 4 P's, telling that you want something to be done from somebody, praise him or praise her. That doesn't work out, pay the price. That also doesn't work out, punish. Find a forum that the person can be punished so that your job is done. Nothing happens, penetrate. And penetrate is nothing but blackmail. Blackmail means find out some clue of the person by telling that he or herself will come down. I know about this in the year so and so you have done that. Then the moment you spill the bin, then automatically the person knows that okay, there is no other go. he or she has to give it back. Okay. Sam, dam, dandved. So these are the 4 techniques I always apply if something to be really done, whatever may be critical or whatever it may be difficult. And as I told, always in the corporate world, to go to the top, technology will be the key enabler. So don't leave the technology behind. Whether you are in personal, whether you are in commercial, whether you are in accounts, commerce, okay, or you are in technology. Combine all together, always drive that. So these are the few technology I have just given a glimpse of them. Will be the driving technology, game changer for the future. Any of the area, even you need not to go deep if you are not a technical person, but at least know the subject. So that person, like a finance person, if she has to pass the bill, and a technical fellow comes, okay, boss, I am looking for that green hydrogen. Then by seeing the word green hydrogen, that something big this fellow is doing, let us pass the bill. Or not understanding the technology, she may stop your bill. So their technology makes a big impact. Look onto that and just keep yourself updated. What are the technology coming forward which will be driving the world in the future? Or just take one. I'll give one of the example. It's called the digital trust. Tomorrow, suppose you have to go to a place where you need to know about a person. Then that person shows that, how is the person? Then you take feedback. Maybe in that circle you take collection, like somebody from MCL. Then I want to take collective feedback from that Mahanadi Coalfield about a person or a girl or a boy. Then I give a phone call. Then they found out. Then give the information back to me. Instead of that, in future, all the people will be identified digital trust, or all will have your own QR code. There will be no your visiting card. You always having a QR code in the front. Somebody can put the mobile phone, and from there you can know what is my characteristics, what is my behavior, and what is my past, what I have done, how I have grown. All that comes automatically. It's nothing but it has come in the form of a digital trust. Across the globe, people will believe by seeing your digital trust. That is how the confidential of information will be maintained, and you get the information across the globe. Get, set, go. Whenever you find that I have to go to the top, these are my ways of taking the life and principle. But you can define your own number of, it could be very short, it could be very long. But in a corporate world, always be truthful. Many times you get tendency just hiding information, not spelling out. You think that could be a simple escape at that particular moment. But later when it gets revealed, yourself will be brought down. Always be honest. Many times you need to handle very critical files. So there something may be at the background, by impression, by force, or by command, you may have to do something. Don't do that. Let it be at the cost of your promotion. Let it be at the cost of your growth. But I will not in my life do anything wrong, for which I will repent in future. And as ma'am was telling that, Lekha ma'am, that many people they operate on silo. So don't do that. And I request also the organizing committee, please swap the seats like other management classes, because I found people from same organization sitting together, so they'll not gel it with each other. So earlier our management program, they put every day your seat changes, so that you get your both the side a new person. At least you'll smile, at least tell hello. So that is how you come out from your hibernation and start talking to each other and start growing. Okay, please do that, sir. Change of the seats every day, rotation 3 days. At least they have 3 different places. And this is fundamental to Indian mythology. Respect your elders. He, she may be uneducated. He, she may not be that talented. He, she may not be that profound personality, but she is elder by age. We always give respect to them. That gives the value. In Indian mythology, the moment you start touching the feet of a person, she puts the hand on your top. That is nothing but the blessings. That nothing but the eternal energy from the top, through her body comes to you. We have forgotten all that philosophy long back. Okay, so with the namaste, the moment somebody do the blessing, that type of inherent and secret blessing or secret energy doesn't come in other form. Then every day, early morning, define your goal. Okay, it could be just outing. Today, I'll go to movie and all. Today, we'll be going to mall and all. There's nothing but goal defined. But the moment you define the goal, stay to your schedule. Don't change it. So that become your style of work. If I have to go to office at 10 o'clock, 10:01 is not acceptable. Okay, I may be at 9:55, but not at 10:01. Nobody notices me. Doesn't matter. Then as I told that you can make your month, year and planner and all. What is more important here, to look onto the line number 11. Doctorate your own aspirations. Nobody is going to lift you. Fundamental principle. Okay. By chance, if somebody happen to be in and around, by caste, by number, by nature, by location, you get that. That is in percentage, decimal percentage. We never count. It is always the people, those who have doctorated their aspiration, they have grown to the top. Fundamental principle. Love your mother tongue and respect your motherland. With all that I discuss, what you'll find, still sometimes you will have your own problems not being discussed. You will be again individually doing yourself, okay, having all that fear, all that phobia, all that emotions inside, not able to spell out to somebody who is very close to you. And you just carry that emotion, that feeling all along the life, which makes you down. Who else can help you? Because you are not going to take help from anybody. I take the motivation from these few lines. And if many of you do not know Hindi, I have that English conversation. But let me read again, because I get inspiration every time I read. अभी तो इस बाज की असली उड़ान बाकी है, अभी तो इस परिंदे का इम्तिहान बाकी है, अभी अभी मैंने लंघा है समुद्र को, अभी तो पूरा आसमान बाकी है. That means when you are tired, you are alone, nothing, everything is dark, nothing is visible, it is the end of the story. Make your self-actualization. The real flight of this falcon is yet to come. Still the test of this bird is left. I have just crossed the sea, but the entire sky is open for me. Okay, that means I just started my journey once again. Refresh. That energy, you will see again, no, you get yourself the energy back. The day you went to school, class 1, the went to class 10, the went for your education in degree, postgraduate, whatever you do, the day you join your institution, you get same energy back, provided you make your self-actualization and rededicate yourself. Okay. I think they have a constraint of time. What I take here, as I told that, no, all of you, those who, Professor Menon was speaking, no, that who will be leader of 2040? Those who passed out from IP, right? Not only regular classes, those who also attend management program like you also can go to the top. Okay. So I wish all of you that in future, with your own self-actualization and your self-building and programs like this, you'll be looking then, no, in future that you also occupy those C-suite post, chief of something, or a director of an institution, and make your own journey. Okay. Thank you for giving this opportunity. And being a singleton with so many ladies is my real appreciation and happiness that in future, whenever comes to the occasions, I'll be able to address the gathering like that. Okay. Have a good day. Enjoy all the 3 days program and apply.
So thank you very much, Dr. Naik. Dr. Naik has told you that generally and traditionally women have got a raw deal, but he has taken you through a few examples of how some women have made it to the top by dint of their grit, determination, courage, so on and so forth. He has drawn your attention to the Companies Act. More and more people amongst y'all could become directors. We have a lady out here. She goes by the name of Lekha Sista. She's an independent director in some company. And I injected one particular finance topic in this schedule for the simple reason that you need to know something about finance. To become a director in a company, you must be fit and proper. That's what the Companies Act says. Also, he told you what they teach you here and what they don't teach you here, and what is the importance of self-actualization and self-motivation. Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure they have taken lessons from what you said.